Well, it's a bittersweet day in Arkansas high school football. On one hand, it's the last game day in 2022. On the other, before Christmas time, we get to put a bow on the season. And what better way to wrap it up than with a Central Arkansas showdown in the 4A state championship. Unbeaten in their first year, moved up a class, the Harding Academy Wildcats go for a four-peat. Meanwhile, the Malvern Leopards aim for their first state title since 1993. Let's head to War Memorial for those highlights. Only one team can make school history, but in the rain, neither team's offense would go dry. After a Harding field goal to open the game, Malvern bursts out the gates. Cedric Simmons floats it into the storm, and it's a lightning strike to Dante Cagle. Adjusting for the ball and picking up a block, the Leopards' long ball draws first blood. 7-3 Malvern when the Wildcats say, "Whatever you can do, I can do better." Owen Wilson slings it on the move. He's got Kyler Hoover. Hoover's got the sideline and the wheels to take it all the way. It's a Harding house call, and after a weather delay of over 3 hours, Wildcats lead by 3. The long wait doesn't slow down Malvern. Simmons takes it himself and has room, zooming in, untouched. Leopards pounce back on top, and after a fumble recovery, Jalen Dupree is slippery, slashing down the gut, cutting back, all wet grass ahead of him, rolling in as Malvern storms ahead. 22-10 Leopards in the first quarter. The track meet isn't slowing down now. Wilson on the keeper, spinning inside the 10. Harding unfazed by the early blows as Wyatt Simmons bounces off tacklers and sneaks past the pylon. Malvern up 22-17, flipping to the second. It's not all ground and pound in the elements. Cedric Simmons links up with Cagle way downfield for the big game. Leopards offense in the groove. Simmons slings it, and Dupree is there for another tutty. Malvern on top by 12, but the three-time defending champs aren't going away easy. On the toss, it's Wyatt Simmons again, evading defenders and barreling through another, using the hit stick to get in scoring position. Wilson calls his own number again, rounding to the outside and strolling on in to cut the deficit. Still in the second with Harding's next drive, Wilson sends it, you don't see him, now you do, and Kyler Hoover says, now you see me, now you don't. Putting on the burners and putting Leopards in the slip and slide. He wants a Harding touchdown, and he has it. Hoover outruns everybody. And on the two-point attempt, Wilson finds who else but the man from the score. Wildcats back on top, 32-29. But in the final minutes of the half, Malvern keeps pouring it on. Simmons in the pocket, surveying, dancing, heaving, Dialon Carradine in contested coverage, but comes down with it. Despite the interference, Carradine hits pay dirt as the Leopards leap back ahead. And with 20 seconds left in the second, Jalen Dupree isn't going to the locker room without more points. Breaking into the next level, running wet, wild, and angry, nobody's taking him down. It's not New Year's yet, but it's a fireworks show in Little Rock. At halftime, Malvern leads Harding 43-32, and the rest of the way, the Leopards hold on. An offensive explosion lets Malvern put up a 60-burger, beating Harding Academy 64-39. Jalen Dupree earns game MVP honors after compiling 4 scores and 287 rushing yards, the second most ever in a state final, as the Malvern Leopards are state champs for the first time in 29 years.
It's a blessing. None of this is possible without God. I'm blessed, and I'm just thankful for everybody that helped me get here.
It's a big accomplishment that's everybody's dream. Like, that was just a little bit of what we could have done. We could have done a whole bunch more. That was just a piece. That was just a piece of it.
Everything. I mean, you set out in August. That's everybody's goal. Is to get here and to win it, and we were able to do that. And we overcame a lot of adversity this year, as a lot of teams have to. And playmakers got to make plays, and we did it at the right times. And like I said, it's going to mean everything to when we get back home and get to celebrate this next week, and it's a real moment.
Man, talk about a shootout. Malvern and Harding combined for over 100 points and for over 1,100 yards of total offense. But is the Leopards dominating down the stretch and securing their second all-time state title? So congrats to Malvern.